What's up, guys? Tuesday night here, approximately 1 week before we leave for No Mercy, and we're working on it again. So we're putting the old gear back in. As you saw in the last video, it just really worked the converter too hard, and it just caused it to slip too much out back. You know, between the out of 3 hits we got on the first run to the third run, you know, it made I want to say 5-6 more pounds of boost up top, and trapped the same mile per hour, but the converter was 500 RPMs higher than the traps. So I was just curious, you know, if it would work. I thought, you know, it would have been worse with the other stator. But so what we're going to do is keep the same stator in it, because I think the tighter stator is to our advantage. The car seems a 60 foot and 330 easier and harder with that. And then put the old gear back in and get back to turning some RPM through the traps. And then I'm also going to start. I might get started tonight, but I'm going to put the old camshaft back in. I just want to see some more data. I feel like something's not jiving on this cam. Not that anybody did anything wrong, but you know, sometimes you try things and either you take a step in the right direction or you don't. And it could be something on my end even, you know. But I'm going to put the old cam back in for No Mercy. You know, of course, I'll bring this other one with me, even though I have zero desire to mess with it there. And so I'll get that in there too, and so that'll be. I'll be curious to see some data with the new turbo and the new heads with this the old cam, because the old cam seemed like it worked really well. We've been really fast with it, but that's where we're at. So we're going to, you know, John's working on the rear end already, and hopefully here shortly I'll be able to start on the cam. Little update, guys. John's getting the rear end back together. Already got it in there. Gonna put the axles in. I decided to clean the rubber out of the tubs. And this is just the driver's side. So this entails a decent amount of rubber there. But the tubs look a lot better now. It's basically 1 year of since we've been racing, since we finished the car. So a decent amount. I need to see if Vicky Thompson has a recycling policy so I can get a couple dollars back. But that's kind of where we're at the moment. Once he gets done with this, we're going to reseal the tub because, let me find a light. This thing is tire shook a lot. And you can kind of see where the tubs are kind of coming out from where they were sealed to the side of the quarter there. So both sides are like that. So going to fix that too. So guys, Saturday before No Mercy. Let me give you an update on things. Sorry, I was turning the car on. It's the oil pump. But so last night, last night finished getting the old cam in. As I mentioned, you know, so I'm gonna go back to that just to try it with some stuff and see how I like it. Another thing I did, as you notice in a lot of my videos, my nano wideband it drops out a lot, which I don't know why I have the issue. I have multiple customer cars on methanol. They don't seem to have that problem, but I do. So I resolved it. What I want here, this is the old AFR 500, and it's just wired through my dash. So it shows up there. Right now, obviously, it shows up all blanks because it's not registering anything. Or, well, technically it's registering error, but, you know, that's why it shows up like that right now. The reason I went to that wideband is, I remember 16 years ago, I bought what was called then the NTK wideband. It was NGK AFX 500 is what it was called. And I had one years ago. The sensor lasted forever, and it was an NTK sensor. The NTK sensors are far more accurate. So what I ended up doing was hopped on Ballinger Motorsports, got their AFR 500 set up for methanol with the calibration grade NTK sensor. I think now I feel confident it's not going to drop out under boost, and I'll have some data. You know, I always tune it by the plugs anyways. In the end, the plugs tell you what's really going on, but I still would like to see what's up with mine, you know, at full throttle. So, but yeah, so that's what I did for that. So I was, you know, curious to make a pass of that, hopefully come Wednesday evening, because it's the first round of qualifying. Also, just went to fill my fuel jugs up, and once again, it's empty. So it's when this thing's making some passes, it goes through some methanol. You know, I think we went through about almost 15 gallons up there at LS Fest. So every pass is roughly a little over a gallon and some change. I'll be able to make 15 passes, but then you got your idle time, warm up, etc., everything else. And the fact I have to bleed the pump every pass, I lose a little bit extra for sure. But thankfully, I hit up the local place, Barrett Shook Motorsports, and they have a barrel in stock, so I'm gonna go pick one up, and then I'll obviously be more than good for the remainder of the year and start of next year. The only thing that's left really is to get the trailer ready. I did order some springs from Menzer. We're trying to get a little more shock out of it. So I thought they'd be here yesterday, but which is Friday, but they didn't come in. But they'll be here Monday, I imagine, since Menzer's in North Carolina, and we'll get those things on there either here or at the track. But that's what I got. So far so good. New cam. Converter's obviously not going to be less tight than it was. It's still tighter than it was, but I'm really anxious to see how this thing's going to do with the old cam and that tighter stator.
Here we go. Lonnie Patrick, Nigel Alexander. Lonnie's in, Nigel's in. And there they go. Pulling hard, 434, 168 for Nigel. Lonnie, 490 and 124.
We are here in Georgia. As you saw, I did not get to make a video before we ran. We ended up going up a lot sooner than I anticipated. I thought it would be towards the end of the night, but actually, I think we were the second or third class. But I'm okay with that. Ran a good time, good start for the week. Super soft 60 foot, 330, 111.60, 288, 330. So that's this week for us. But I had some extra time and pulled out just to play it safe, and didn't know what it might do. So. But I think this tighter stator too just needs a little more oomph to get it moving on the front half. But overall, we are off to a good start. Got some data. Having the wideband there really helps. The fuel is pretty flat. There was just some areas, or just I can definitely lean it out a good bit. Before, I've always been baby steps because the sensor was kind of hit and miss, and the plugs, they showed rich, which rich is safe. And of course, I want to keep it alive. But if there's some power to be found by leaning it out, then I want to get it. But now we've eaten dinner. I've been up since like 4 this morning. I think it's almost 11 now, so I want to sleep soon. I'm looking forward to it. But hopefully I'll have some more positive updates for you guys tomorrow.